I didn't even realize I was already over 8 minutes in with this crap. Hello everybody, I'm here. Okay, King is here, cool. Alright, King, let's see. Let's begin and let's see. What is this? Okay. People are weird. Okay. Let's see, King. Let's see what we can see. You've had 2 good readings lately, so maybe we can keep that up. Okay? Hopefully. So, King. I cannot believe this right now. This is literally the same card you had yesterday in the same place. Do you remember? Wow. This is awesome. This is, yes. Okay, so, looks like a repeat, okay, so far. My hair looks like shit. I'm sorry, but I'm seeing it on the camera right now, and I'm like, holy fuck. Okay. This is awesome. So, again, we're looking at new beginnings. We're looking at awakening, passionate love, birth, new life, creativity. So, very nice. Very nice. Okay. Nothing has changed. We're not seeing anything bad, anything negative. So, awesome. Very good. Very good. Okay. So Ace of Wands following up with the Queen of Wands. Okay. Independent, well-liked, assertive, and attractive female. Okay. So I'm thinking we're looking into the future once again, and I think we're seeing that, you know, if you keep up whatever it is, you know, that's just your plan, you will come, you know, you will get to meet an attractive, well-liked female, assertive, a sincere person, a confident person, of, you know, female origin will enter your life at some point. Okay, so okay, we're still looking good. I had a feeling. Oh, okay, so we're ending on a rougher thing. So we got the Two of Swords inverted here. This is talking about treachery, treacherous actions. Now, I do not hope that the female that will enter your life will turn out to be the treacherous person, but it is about falsehood, lies, and treachery. I don't think necessarily that it is going to be her. I think this may be a separate issue that you will be awaiting in the future. Now, it could also still be from your past too, though. Treacherous actions that people have, you know, done to you, falsehoods, lies by people, and that maybe this is just a sign that these new things coming your way, you will be overcoming this past that you were, you know, that you were exposed to, so to say. That could be it too. Okay, so it's a little questionable, but yeah, this is not going to put put a shadow over this here. So very good reading for you, King. Very nice. Hi, Serenity. How are you? Hey, Emily. I'm good. I'm good. Alright, Serenity, we're going to do that, but I'm going to set up my, my TikTok for that real quick, if you don't mind. How's everybody doing on a nice Sunday? Why do I always do this? There's no reason for it. I do this shit every time. Oh my god! Okay, I am good. I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to see everybody. Nice. Alrighty. Yeah. I loved doing that. When mine were babies, I loved doing that. I didn't care. I had to get up and do it and all that shit. It was so cute when they're like, and sometimes some of them, their ears are like flickering when they do it because they're so excited. It's so adorable. Oh shit. Yeah. So I'm jealous if you get to do that. Sorry. Having technical difficulties as usual. Oh, he's so cute. Oh my god. I really can't. This is good. Okay, we got it. I don't know if that's gonna help or not. Yes, that actually did help. Okay, let me shuffle these for you here. Serenity. Yeah, so cute. But I mean, you know, each age, I guess, has its things that you enjoy about it. I really enjoy when they get a little bit bigger and they start playing. Oh my god, it's so cute. Card loss already. Yeah, got it. Oops. Oh my goodness, come on now. I'm trying to just shuffle cards and everything is falling apart. Hate when that shit happens. Yeah, It'll be like that. Alright, Serenity, did you want to ask about general, or you got something in particular? Let me know. Why is everybody annoying you? Okay. We'll see, we'll see. Ooh, this is set up nicely this time around. Okay, so let's take a look. Oh, okay, so it looks like we're already kind of getting to the bottom of your question, because this you got the devil inverted. Okay, so this card expresses unwavering pursuit of material gain, greed, and mind control. So the way I'm interpreting that is I feel like that some of these people or whatever are being manipulated by some energies. Something that I haven't even discussed on stream yet, but I thought about it yesterday. The recent solar eclipse. I don't know if any of you were able to see it. I was able to catch the last glimpse of it upon getting home after work. And I do think that when it comes to the metaphysical as well as the scientific, the proven science, I should say, there's a collaboration there because of this solar eclipse. Okay, I think a lot of energy was set loose. A lot of things, I feel like something started to get going. Okay, I don't know how to explain it properly, but some things began. Some things were, like I said, set loose. And I do think that it has an effect on multiple things. I think it has an effect on people, as well as animals, as well as technology. So I'm thinking that because things have been strange, if you guys, I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but things have been a little bit on the more bizarre side as since then, I feel like. So I'm thinking there's definitely something going on there, and I do love that scientists are taking, or took the chance really, to do a lot of research as this was happening, you know, about atmospherical changes and changes in animal behavior and all sorts of things. So I'm really thinking this was a big spiritual event that took place. I'm certain of that. So I think this may be affecting, you know, people like that in a rather unusual sense recently. You know what I mean? Oh wow, that's so cool. Yeah, Texas. Yeah, that was one of those big I don't think it has anything to do with it being particularly you. I think this is just like, it's just in general happening. I think there's many people that this is happening to right now. And I think this is just an expression to kind of like underline that this is happening to you, that you're not imagining it, but that this is in fact happening to you. Okay? So let's move forward. Maybe, oh my god. Okay, so regardless of this happening to you, the Queen of Wands, this is about you, okay? This is about you. You're being assertive. You're not, you know, just letting anybody get to you. You're confident. You're well liked. People do like you. That is a reason also why they come to you. You're sincere. And like I said, you're confident. Okay, so people look to you because you have an energy that stands on its own. Okay, so people have like an admiration for you, and people respect you, and people think that you can give them good advice, or that you can, you know, do certain things. And that's also one of the reasons why they come to you, because they feel highly confused or whatever's going on, and they're thinking, she seems like she's got it together, I'm gonna go to her. Okay, so that's a couple of these reasons here. Oh, okay, this is great. So we got the Six of Pentacles here. Also, because you're a very generous person, okay, you give charity to people, you help people, even financially sometimes you give to people. So people like you. They see that you're a charitable person, a generous person, and you share your wealth, even, you know, your knowledge, your help. So I'm really looking at all three reasons here why these people are coming to you. You know, because they themselves are not feeling so well, and because you have things to offer that, you know, they believe can help them with their endeavors. Okay, so that concludes you, Serenity. Great reading. So it seems that on your part, you know, you've been really going through the motions in a way that is rather on the constructive side, okay, for everybody, including yourself, okay? So that's very good. Alright. Yeah, very good reading. I'm happy about that. Oh, no, we're not doing that. Yeah, I really wish that I were not working at the time that the solar eclipse happened, so that I could have seen more of it, but, you know, it is okay. It's, but things have been feeling different lately. I'm able to kind of embrace it and put it on my side, but only because I'm kind of aware more than other people. You know, other people just kind of gloss over it and just live their lives how they usually do, you know. But bye, thank you, Serenity, thank you for coming in. But I'm seeing it as for what it is. And, you know, my sensitivity level, I hate saying it like that, but my sensitivity level to this type of thing is just higher, you know. I'm sure other psychics go through the same thing, where you have people that are not really concerned about these things. They just don't even really notice. They might think, oh, today's a weird day, and then they move on. But for people like us, we know that there's a little bit more involved, you know. I think it's a great change in atmospherical energy, in the energy fields, etc., because it is, as well as in the physical world, it is in the spiritual world a trying thing, because it is not the norm. Okay, so a solar eclipse is something unusual in nature, so to say, or not unusual, but rather rare. Okay, on the rare side. So animals, because they act on instinct, you know, when the sun gets blotted out, they believe now it is nighttime, and they have to now you know, go into their places to sleep or go hunting if they're night active animals. It's you know, bats start flying around because they're believing it's nighttime. It's time for us to go out, you know, go hunting and everything. So then I think we can talk about this. We know this, but what is the effect when the solar eclipse is over again? Because I feel like that's where the confusion actually sets in, and that's where the bizarro world, you know, comes to be, because that's when animals are like, wait a minute, it was only dark for like 30 minutes, 45 minutes, why is it light now? And that is something, I think that's what sets things into this weird thing, because that it's getting darker earlier happens in multiple places around the planet already, you know, but then it only lasting for such a short amount of time. I think that's the confusion, and I think that we kind of look past that too much, and I think that scientists should focus on that, you know, a lot also, not just what happens while the solar eclipse is in progress, but also what happens once it comes to pass. What is the, you know, what are the readings in the atmosphere and the energetic readings and the magnetic readings afterwards? You know, how's the behavior of the animals? You know, is it like a big question mark? You know, what do they do after? You know, but yeah, I do think that it has set things in motion, and I had a little bit of a revelation yesterday, kind of, because something happened yesterday, something not optimal for me and not ideal for me, and a setback in a sense, for as of right now, I should say. And it at first it set me into a panic for like a couple of hours. It set me into a panic. Then this panic subsided and turned into a slight like depression, and then upon that I went to sleep, and I woke up this morning and I felt like it's like, I don't know how to explain it to sound cliche again. I fucking hate that, but it's like fate. No, I'm totally okay. But I do think, you know, it is that fate set that in motion like that. And I think it is still part of this residual solar eclipse thing happening too. Okay, so I'm thinking that this all kind of blends in together in some way, is connected in some way. And I think this was a point, you know, I can't really necessarily say an awakening for me, because an awakening is like something so huge, but it was a little bit of a nudge that told me, okay, you know what to do now, and you know how to take this and how to proceed and how to use it, and you know what to do with it, what to make of it, you know, and that's what I'm doing today. So I woke up this morning and I felt this urge to really kind of told myself, stop being lazy, don't be lazy, don't be you know, and just do things, you know, and sometimes you just have to do that. And that was coupled by like a spiritual, you know, a voice kind of whispering to me in the back of my head, you know, like, this is your time, you know, your time is rising. That's why you need to continue to do more of what you're planning and what you're doing. I don't know if any of this makes sense. It's a little hard to explain these inside feelings that were happening, but what it always comes down to for me is like that I do think, and this may sound arrogant because, you know, most people in the world think that they are so important, when in all reality, you know, we're really, as individuals, we're nothing, we're just existing. But I do think there is a higher purpose for me, but it's not like I'm a chosen one. I don't look at it that way as many do, but I look at it as I am capable of taking on really heavy strains and very heavy burdens that maybe a lot of other people are not cut out to do, and use them and move them and make mountains move in that way for the world, right? Like I talked to somebody about this earlier today, like to be a servant for this world, to do something. You know, a lot of people think just by them being themselves and being the individual that they are special in the world, right? That they have a purpose of just being there. I must disagree. Unless you're trying to do something, to improve something, to build something, to construct something, to serve in some sense, I don't think then you are not. You know, like for instance, Emily, good example, you work at a shelter. You're constantly and constructively serving and doing things. And, you know, I don't like to use the term good or evil or good or bad, because it's not that way, but you're doing something constructive, okay? You're making animals survive. You're feeding them, you know, you're housing them so they survive, they can procreate, and they can be healthy and live the life that they're supposed to be. They're supposed to be alive. They're born, they're supposed to be alive. They're not supposed to be hunted down, killed, hit by a car, you know, none of these things, you know, because fate has set it out that they have come to where you are, and your fate has set out that you're there to do what you're doing for them. And I think people like that are the people that are really we are going to be the ones, you know. My hands are kind of bound on doing it like that, but in a sense, like, what I am doing is I'm trying to kind of provide a service, at least here, in a way that at least here I can give some people maybe some peace of mind when they come and get a reading or something like that, you know what I mean? So that's kind of like what I'm doing right now. You know, it's not really much, but I do know that there are many people that come in here. It's very meaningful to them what I'm doing for them. And it's meaningful to me because it helps people. You know, it helps the people that come in here to feel, you know, if you will, a little less stressed, a little less anxiety, because I give them peace of mind, even if it may not be positive. But I do think that we are wired to the way that it's like, as long as we know, right? As long as we know what our fate holds, we can address the situation. But if we're unaware, you know, then that's the problem. Not knowing. What do you call it? Like, there's a certain word for it that I always forget. Like, I don't know, but just being in the dark is personally drives me nuts. If I know what I'm facing, then okay, then I can know what steps am I going to take. But if I don't know, then I sit here and then I'm like, what you know, what could it be? What could it be? You know, what can I do? I can't do anything if I don't know what it is, blah, blah, blah. So for me to sit here and tell a person, okay, you're going to have this and this coming up, be positive or negative, they can be prepared, and they can say, okay, this is coming up. Okay, I can deal with that. I know what to do. I know how to prepare myself to be ready to face this, you know. Oh, thank you, Emily. Yeah, I do think, because, you know, here and there people come back into the chat, and they come only in to say, hey, listen, what you gave me a reading a couple of weeks ago, and exactly what you said it became reality, and I'm so grateful to you, that and I just came in here just to tell you that, and then they leave. And that is the best feeling in the world, you know, because first of all, I know that I'm not fucking, you know, I know that my gift, or what, you know, the shit that I have unlocked, that everybody carries in them, but don't unlock, not so many at least, but the thing that I have unlocked, that it actually is working, that I'm using it rightfully, that I'm using it properly, appropriately, and I'm utilizing it to the best of my ability. And then of course the part of that I'm actually relieving people's like stress and anxiety and panic, because I wish I could find somebody who could do that for me, but that's the point. I can handle it. Like, I can do it. There are many people out there that are very much like struggling with depression, to the point where they will do things, where they will end up doing things that, I went through that phase. I'm at a point in my life where I can take anything that life brings at me, anything and everything, so yeah. So I talked to this other person about it. It's about being needed, right? I like to be utilized, and I like to be needed. That's why I always tell you guys, if I ever am able to go back to school or whatever, finish college, then after that I can actually work and have people, if I work for people, have them utilize my brain, have them utilize my capabilities, or my abilities, I should say, versus now where everything that I can do is just sitting here dormant and I can't do anything with it, so I hope that one day the time will come where somebody can use me for something in the world, to do things to make a constructive change in the world, Hey, Kelly, how are you? Yes, I know, long time no see. Oh, thank you for following, Parker. On the cat yard. Oh, yeah, that's so nice. I'm going there now. How you doing, Kelly? Did you get to see the solar eclipse, or maybe you didn't? I don't know. Okay, what was this? Whew. My baby George. He's on the camera. He is my famous man. Yeah, it is, but it is, it is like helping the fortunate and privileged, and that's kind of like, defeats, it almost really defeats the purpose, because I want to help the people that can't help themselves, or can help themselves, but like, need it more than the people that I'm helping now, but yeah, like you said, in a different way than you hope to one day. I've been having life-changing stuff on the spiritual side. Nope, I am in Europe, so no eclipse for me. Okay, see, Emily, we got proof right here what we've been discussing about spiritual, life-changing stuff on the spiritual side. I do think set loose by the eclipse happening. I do believe that. Some stuff was shaken loose, and I think that's so. You can tell me more about that if you like, Kelly. And it's up to you. But that is interesting, to say the least, because we were just talking about that. I don't know why I got fucking warm water in here. Like I can say for sure that I poured cold water in there, but it's warm. I fucking hate warm water. Ugh, grosses me out. Okay, I gotta fucking... It's the worst, isn't it? Oh, man. Oh, I can't stand it. Yeah. I really have to say, I'm not a big fan. You know, everybody talks about the Yeti cups are so great, and I'm not a big fan because, I mean, I don't know, it's weird. I feel like it's weird with my Yeti cup because sometimes it'll last really long, the ice in there and everything, and the water will stay very cold for a while. And then other times it doesn't. I don't know. It shouldn't be like that. It should always hold, you know. A whole bunch of universes are building a huge one, and they are slowly taking out smaller universes, and we're next. Well, we could argue who's right or wrong here, you know, but I don't know about these universes there. Sounds kind of weird to me, but yeah, definitely changes seem to be happening. I mean, they're definitely happening, and I think now's the time to grasp these things. Look inward. I do think looking inward is huge, because I do think that not many people do that, and look to more important things. Look to more things that are I don't know, that can help you with the spiritual and energetic ascension, in a sense. Yeah. Yeah. So the time is definitely, but I do think that you know, even I think in the last few years a lot has happened. Not just getting back to basics. You know, a lot more people becoming less religious and more spiritual and more focused on in here, you know, but also in the political world, which helps too. A lot of things are changing. There's just a constant change. There are also like non-constructive things happening that irritate me, but I do think there's a lot more things that are going to work better than before. Mm. Sausage? What kind of sausage? So yeah, I'm just happy with everything that is going on now, and yeah. Like, we people are finally standing up for ourselves, you know, the people that we've been waiting to do this for a long time, you know, and oh, Gartenkorterwurst. I've never really known. Is that it's a spread sausage, isn't it, or is it an actual sausage? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Ah, okay. I think I may have had it. I don't know. I mean, I never had so many different sausages that I tried out. It was just like Bratwurst, Knackwurst, Weißwurst, you know, whatever, things like that. Wiener Wurst, Frankfurter. Miss all those. Mmm, so delicious. Wienerwurst. Love it. Love it. I mean, I can't, like, it is essentially, it's like a hot dog. And you can find kind of hot dogs that can be similar to Wienerwurst, but more in the bigger cities. Like, in my area, you can't find anything. But, it has been happening again the last couple of days that I'm waking up and it's just like water, just water coming out of my eyes, my nose. Like, damn, what's going on here? Could have to do with maybe the other day that I mowed the lawn. I don't know. I never know how these things work. It's such a nice weather outside today, but it's already, I can feel the heat. I can feel it. And I don't like it. So I'm already happy here, seeing the beautiful sunshine out there, but not having to endure the heat. Nice in here. Yeah, I'm happy about it. Ooh. Okay, why are they gone? I have more of this, satanic belief, tradition that, our ancestors and our, these things, gods, whatever you want to call it, they have little to do, with the things that we do. That's my personal opinion. I think it is really comes more from us, ourselves, to manifest certain things. Where all the cool stuff is. Oh, shit. Because I do remember, I don't know if it was Aleister Crowley, man. or if I read it in the I think I read it in the Necronomicon, which I don't remember who was the author of it. I thought for the longest time Aleister Crowley was the author of the Necronomicon, but I don't know. But anyway, I read it in there that, and I really resonated with it immediately upon reading it, and this is years ago, about how, you know, the old gods are the old gods are different from the ancient ones, okay? So the ancient ones were even before the old gods, you know, being our ancestors, whatever. But what I read in there was so interesting to me was that he said that the old gods, they do not pay attention to us. Like, they forget that we even exist, that we're even here, you know, so they have to be shaken awake sometimes, you know, and even then it doesn't even really work oftentimes, you know. So so that was always my thing, you know. Even so, my, you know, my kind of pagan cultural flow that I have in my life, my Satanism has always been the center, you know, because when everything else is stripped away from you, what is left? You. It's always going to be you. And because I do think that, you know, as we go through life and then die and our evolution happens, that the ascension to a God will happen, that we ourselves will become gods, which means we already hold this godlike power within us, and we can use it now. But you know, it's kind of like we'll fold inside out, that this power that we can actually use now in this mortal coil will then become our spirit that will be released and will, you know, and whatever happens to it will happen, you know. So what is that? Is that like an astral travel? Or... That's why I always like to, you know, when it comes to spirituality, is one of those things, you know, religion, culture, spirituality, all of this, the occult is like, a lot of it is based on just pure, you know, belief and faith, just like Christianity, you know, you believe in one thing or whatever. That's why I always make it clear that I fundamentally only believe what I can see. You know, like I always tell you guys, like, don't believe anything you hear and only half of what you see, okay? So anything that I follow and that I believe in religiously is in some way supported scientifically. You know what I mean? Because you know, for instance, you know, what happens after we die, we don't really know. You know, there's many speculations, there's interpretations, there is suggestions, but you know, we have to hold on to what science has shown. You know, that's my belief, because science is what brings us to, you know, to the places that we need to go. You know, we invent vaccines, we invent cures for diseases, all of these things. So science is always the way that everybody should approach things, you know. So we can know that Einstein's theory of relativity is pretty much saying everything is relative, right? So we can therefore apply this philosophically, maybe not necessarily mathematically yet, but we can philosophically apply that also to death, right? Because what we perceive death to be is probably very relative to what it actually is. You know what I mean? So we can we can probably scientifically agree on that, but that's the fun, and that's why I brought up the solar eclipse earlier, because I do think that's a great example where the scientific community as well as the metaphysical community and the occultist or occult community, where all of these meet, because when we go back into ancient times, our ancestors would have certain rituals that they would perform during a solar eclipse, for instance. This is a good example right now. So nowadays it has just transformed that, yes, we still have the spiritual rituals that will be performed during a solar eclipse, but we have this now coupled with the scientific things that take place. Scientists, how they get involved now too at the same time, and it's like, okay, we're kind of doing the same thing, just on a different level, in a different area of expertise, where where scientists look at cause and effect in the physics and in the chemical world, physical world. We look at it in in between the lines, in the metaphysical, what happens to us emotionally, mentally, spiritually, what happens to maybe animals, spiritually, what happens to our surroundings, and we observe this more, so in a different way than they do. So it is awesome, because I love whenever things like these happens, and we join hands in a sense, because I watched a little bit of TV on it, and I saw some people, and I saw literally scientists that were interviewed about the solar eclipse happening, and how they were expressing that it was a very spiritual experience for them, because it is something that's actually happening, and there's actually an effect that occurs that is not based on just simple, speculation, suggestion, meditative memories that we inherit when we do meditation, but it's actually something that is on paper that you can put in a mathematical equation. And so for scientists, that's the hype of a ritual, if the height of a ritual, if you will, so I find it great. Like I said, I really wish I would have not have to waste my time at my dumbass job and then not be able to see it. But I did luckily still catch a glimpse of it, so that was awesome. Because I do remember there was another eclipse there were two other eclipses that I was part of, and I can very clearly remember the first eclipse that I ever saw, and that was when I was still in elementary school in Germany, in my hometown of Mettmann, and I went to the Kirchendella Elementary School in Mettmann, and we made this whole day was a class trip. We took a class trip up into like a little bit past the house, my parents' house, up into the neighborhood where I would play after school with my friends. There's this little hill that we used to call Teufelsberg, the mountain of the devil, because it was a grass hill, and it had like a little kind of like a hole in it, and it was always said that the devil, we had this little story going, the devil resides in the little hole there, so we called it Teufelsberg, the mountain or the berg or the hill of the devil. And we went to the Teufelsberg, and this is where our whole class stood with our glasses and watched the solar eclipse happening. But I was small, elementary school, we go from 6 to 10 or whatever, we go to elementary school, so cannot really remember much. And the other one, I know there was another one in between the one that just happened, and I cannot remember for the life of me nothing where I even was or anything. It's in my 20s. Yeah, I do believe that some of us can really, I think that all of us can do this. You know, we can all, like I said, unlock this and be able to see these things and be part of these things. It's just that, like I said, most people gloss over it. Most people just live in the moment. They do what they do, um, and there's not much to it. Um, I don't think that that's very helpful for anything or anyone, but that is usually also how fate determines that their life is generally shorter than, I don't know, than, I guess that's not probably the right word, but thoughtful people, you know? So when I was younger, I concerned myself much with others, with thinking of others, not thinking of, but like concerning myself how others live their lives and how and all of these things. And in recent years, I have really given that up because it's just it's not, you cannot reach anybody. You have to be in a certain place in order to reach people, and I am still hoping, I still have my hopes that I will be in that place at some point in my life, and then I will be able to reach people, and then we can start a small revolution in that sense. But until then, it is hope that drives me, as lame and as shitty as that sounds, but it's not really true either. Hope is not what drives me. It is my ancestors' blood and DNA in me that drives me, because they did not quit. Regardless of what happened, they did not quit. They kept on going. That's why I'm even here thousands of years later, because my ancestors did not die when they were when fate said they were going to die. They survived, and they kept on surviving to the point that I was able to be born, you know. And now there's only a few of my ancestors' blood left. Very little. I do not have a big family. I have now, I think I have four nieces. I have four nieces. And I think I have two nephews. I know for certain I have three nieces. I know that for certain. I'm not sure how many nephews I have, but the female gender is very strong in our family. Always, there were always more women than there were men in the family. So we are strong. We are too strong sometimes. It is not too strong, but too independent that we do not even let anybody in. And I realize this, like, I take huge pride in how independent I am on my own. You know, how I do almost everything on my own, you know, and it leaves pretty much no room for anybody and giving anybody chances because of, but you know, the reason why we are so independent in my family is because of these many disappointments we had to endure anyway, you know, so I'm not opening myself up to it. I learned quickly. Ooh, shit. yeah. Pretty soon I'll be taking a break so I can eat something and do my workout or whatever, and then I'll be back in a little while. Ridiculous. Hopefully I see more people tonight. We've been having a couple of little slower streams recently, but that happens. Yes, yes, yes. It's part of the whole thing that happened to me yesterday. That's going to be a thing now. I'm going to be streaming even more so now again. I did that for a while, and then I toned it down a little bit, but it has to happen, and I do think it's the right thing to happen. So my focus has to be very much on streaming now. And not my gaming profile either. That's more for fun for right now because I really don't have much of a following there yet. Hopefully at some point I will, but this is important. And so, yeah. Yeah, it's a little bit. it's a little breezy. No, it was windy the other day. It was very windy the other day, and I love that. That's my element is air, you know, and it's always like it is a good meditative practice to use wind and movement of the air to kind of do a spiritual cleansing, you know, a meditative spiritual cleansing, if you will. So I've always enjoyed wind since I was a kid, you know. Yeah, it is a little, no, but it's not windy, it's breezy. But it is weird, because, like, I'm up here, like, I'm on the second floor, and sometimes I can look out of the window here, and I see the palm trees, and the leaves are just moving a little bit. But then I go into my backyard downstairs, and it's like, so, yeah, I was on there. Who's on there? Because I went on there just a little moment ago, and I saw baby George was sleeping there. Oh, I see. Yeah, even yeah, everything is like moving around. Nobody's there? Nobody? Oh my goodness. I gotta move the camera a little bit. It's not in a good spot. Oh, my bears. You can always know when they're hiding, when you don't see them on the camera, that it's either really hot, so most of them, like, in the bushes somewhere, are hiding underneath the house, or it is bad weather. Obviously, you know, it's raining and shit, but, I know, I don't see anybody either. I see no bears. Yeah. Yeah, when it's really warm, they're just like, just want to be under the house. Even so, they could be laying on the stones, which they do sometimes too, but yeah, and you know, you're taking this out of my mouth, but I'm thinking that I'm gonna hop off and get myself something to eat, and then I'll come back later. Okay, so but it was really nice talking to you, Kelly, and thank you for being here too, Emily. Nice talking to you as well. You know, not sure if you guys are gonna be back later or not. I won't be that long, maybe like an hour or an hour and a half or so, and then I'll probably be back. So, but yeah, very good stream. But I am starving now. I did have a muffin when I woke up, but I gotta eat something now, too. So yeah, thank you for being here, guys. Hopefully I'll see you soon. If not, don't forget to mourn those in spiritual turmoil. And you do the same, Kelly. And thank you, Emily. And until later, or whenever I'll see you both next time, I say tschüss, zdravo, and bye.